Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. I hope you're having a good day or a lovely evening. And thank you so much for clicking onto this video and welcome to the Unscripted Mom. So today I thought I'd share 7 lessons or 7 things that I've learned in this journey of motherhood. 7 because that's the number of years I have been a mom. My firstborn is turning 8 next year. So these are like 7 lessons that I've learned. Mostly as a first-time mom. Some are first-time mom. Some I've learned them just recently. Some it's during my 7 years having 3 children, and I thought it's okay for me to share with them. Okay, so I have my phone with me. So the first one is your life, and this is especially to a first-time mom and also a stay-at-home mom. Your life may have paused, but it has not stopped. What do I mean? So I remember when I was a first-time mom and I was a stay-at-home mom, I used to get really jealous when I see people having fun and I'm here just raising a child. If you know me or if you interacted with me, you know I love going out, going places, hanging out with people. So once I got this child, my child was my prisoner. I had somebody say prison guard. So I could not do anything. And especially the first 3 months, I could not do anything. I could not move out of the house. I could not go anywhere. Also because we did not have the finances, but I could not leave. And when I see my people, the friends that we used to hang with are just continuing with their life, I felt like my life had stopped. My friends are now, it's like they're showing off. They're trying to show me that nimejifunga, I do not have kids. They do not have kids. I'm in the house taking care of a child, Monday to Monday, day after day. It got tiring, and to a point I felt like truly my life is stopped. I'm in this bubble that I cannot leave, and I'm not leaving anytime soon. And I got so jealous. Let me even tell you another one. So you see, me and my husband, we used to go places together. We love each other's company. But now when we became parents, and now I had to stay at home, he used to go to places. If there was an event that we needed to go, he would go to represent us. If it's work, he was going to work, and I felt so jealous. Like we had so many arguments because of that, because I used to feel like he's literally putting it on my face that your life is over, mine is continuing so well. And I know it happens to so many moms. I know it feels like, this motherhood is not about to end, is not going to end anytime soon. That you even wonder if you're ever going to go back to the things that you loved to do. My assurance is it will. Just take it easy, it will. If you can, go out, hang out, take a walk within your neighborhood. Just don't be enclosed sana at your home. If you get a chance to leave your child, please, I always advocate that you can leave your child for an hour or 2 and just decompress and focus on yourself. But imagine, your life has not stopped. It's okay to be jealous. It's okay to feel as if people's life are getting better while yours is stagnating, but it's for a short while. Once your child is grown enough or old enough to be left alone, you'll be back. You'll even be wondering why you were missing it so much, but you will be back. I assure you, you will be back. Second, this is also to all moms, I believe. Don't fall into pressure of looking a certain way, or looking a certain way, or you need to do something to look a better way. What do I mean? Social media has is a positive thing and a negative. Why? Most people, you get on social media trying to flaunt their bodies or how they look. They still have they're back in shape. They still have their calves, and they just recently gave birth, and you're here just wondering what's wrong with me. Why am I looking all round? Why do I look all puffed? Why am I not losing weight? It's a lot. Do not fall into that pressure. Our bodies are beautiful. Mommy, you gave birth. Some of these people who are trying to put a certain narrative out here, some of them, it's just false. Love your body. Love it the way it is. If you've added a kg or two, love it. Dress that body. Huh? Do not feel the pressure that you need to now start going to the gym. As soon as you've given birth, you feel like you need to go back to the gym. Give yourself time. Give yourself some grace. You've done so much. Imagine you've carried a child for 9 months. You cannot lose that weight within a day or a month. Okay? It will shed. Baby fat will shed with time. But even in that size that you are in, if you've added a kg or two, or you feel that it is not your ideal weight, even in that weight, dress it, love it, embrace it, appreciate that body. It has gone through so much. Don't fall into that pressure. Do not fall into that pressure. It will shed. Personally, if I give you an example in my life with my story, so for my 3 pregnancies, I add weight weirdly, like crazy weight. My firstborn, I added up to I was 84. Yes, and I was 60. My secondborn, I was 80 kgs. My thirdborn is the one I got the least weight. I was, I think, 76. But I felt heavy. I was really heavy, and I struggled with that weight. I always struggle losing that weight. But mine is because even during my pregnancies, I get so much chest congestions. So my doctor always advises that as soon as I give birth, I try and get my weight back, because I will have so many visits to the doctor for nebulization. I'm not breathing well. I'm struggling with breathing. My chest is congesting so much I could not breathe. But you know what? Even in that, I did not force myself I did not rush things. I did not rush that I needed to lose weight within a month. That was a lie. In fact, I started losing weight once my baby was not fully dependent on me. What do I mean? When they start weaning, I now slowly but progressively start losing weight, because my child is not really attached to me. He's not depending on me for breastfeeding. I would only breastfeed certain times, so I had the chance to lose weight. And that's what I want to come and tell you, Mama. Do not fall into that pressure. Take your time. Lose that. Shed it gradually. Even feeling that like there's something wrong. There's this thing that was going on, that a woman had just given birth through CS, and within, I don't know, 3 months, or is it a month, she was back doing shows. And now you want to fall into that pressure. Do not. Love that body. That body loves you. The way you love it, that body will appreciate you. So I hope that makes sense. Another thing, mostly even for me as a first-time mom, I realized, and even talking with other moms, I've realized happens unknowingly, is we tend to forget ourselves. We tend to lose ourselves, forget what we loved, what were our interests, what did we find fascinating, what did we love to buy, even when we were women, just without kids. Even something as simple as having a shower, sometimes you forget, because you have so many. This child is crying, you're raising a baby, you're taking care of this child from morning till evening, that even when you just get a chance, you just want to sleep, and the routine continues tomorrow. Do not forget yourself. I remember a friend of mine asked me, like, what do you love doing? And that was, I think, when my firstborn was 1 year, and my mind was blank. Literally, it was blank. I tried thinking, what did I like to do? What were my interests? What were my hobbies? Why did I like going? Did I like shopping? Did I like hanging out with friends? Or my mind was blank. And I started having that journey, walking that journey back to discovering myself. So what did I like? So I loved going out. Oh, okay. So before it gets to that, do not forget yourself. Then that's why I'm saying, if you have some time, have some me time. Me time. Do what you love. Do what you loved doing then. Your child has not come to stop you from doing things. Your child is just a new addition to the family. But your interests should never change. You should not forget them. Some might change, because even the friendships that you will have, some might change. But do not forget yourself. Have some self-care. Do some therapeutic things that you loved to do. Hang out with your friends. Call up your friends and hang out, talk, right? If you have a chance, as I've said before, go even take an ice cream. Buy an ice cream at your local supermarket and just enjoy it. But do not forget yourself. Always remember that before you're a mom, you are Njoki. Before I'm a mom, I'm Njoki. Before I'm a mom, before I had interest and I loved something to do. So that is point number 3. Point number 4, and I've just touched on it lightly, is friendships. Friendships, and I've written, you lose some, you gain some. I have learned, even now, that friendships are seasonal. There are some that are seasonal, and there are some that are for a lifetime. And it's good to identify that if this friendship, its season has ended. And there could be so many factors. One, I believe it's you. I know it's because of your beliefs and you what you believe in this way. If you used to go out partying and you loved hanging out and even drinking a bottle or two, and now you become a parent and a mom, you might find it so off if now you have people around you and they're drinking in front of a child, right? And now you might, and if you try and explain it and try and tell it to your friends and they do not appreciate it, you might distance yourself. That's a way that a friendship has been lost. Even beliefs, even in terms of your faith, and some even because of the season that you are in. I lost some of my friends because we used to hang out with them, go partying, going to clubs, and now that I'm a mom, I can't do some of these things because now I'm taking care of a child and I don't have time to go out. There was so much planning if I needed to go out, and you see now for them it's like their life is continuing. Some is now that I'm a parent, there's some conversations you might not have with somebody who's not a parent. I believe so, because now they'll say, oh, there's this guy who's hitting up on me, and me, I'm like, my child has not slept throughout the day, throughout the night. There are some variations, and some of these friendships are lost, and vice versa, you'll gain some. I remember I got a friend, we became friends out of a clinic visits. We sat together and we started talking, and we saw our things aligning, and we became friends. So friendships, you can lose some of your friends and gain some. And some of the friendships that you might think you lost them, once they are in this season that you are in, like I remember I have a friend that when I got my firstborn, and even my secondborn, she had no children of her own. But when she became a parent now and she became a mom, now we had conversations now that we related on. Alikuwa ananiambia vile the baby's not sleeping throughout the night, and may I tell them I'm in this stage of teething, and now we're having conversations, and she's telling me, oh, mentally she feels like she's drained. I explained to her, like, I feel like I would leave my child and just run away, So our friendship rekindled. So that's why I'm saying you might lose some, you might gain some, and it's okay. It's okay. Do not feel bad about it. Do not feel like it's your fault or there's something. It must be your fault or there's something wrong that you've done that your friendship was lost. Even if it was your best friend, I lost one of my true friends. Our friendship just ended because when we parted, it was long distance, and now we had nothing in common again. But it's not because of bad blood. It's just that seasons change and things change. Another thing is finances. Finances. It's good to know that finances sometimes can go up and down. Maybe mostly even for a mom who is a stay-at-home. You are this independent. Let me tell you. So when I got our child, our firstborn, as a first-time mom, I was really broke. I was broke, really broke, and we were only depending on my husband. And I hated that season. One, because I loved working. I loved having my own money. I loved not having to ask for money to buy even something as simple as a salt or a matchstick or even pads. And now I don't even have money of my own. I cannot just splurge some money because now it's limited, And it was hard. It was hard. Not because I'm depending on him, and he was not also financially okay. We were just surviving. Let's just be honest. We were surviving, and it had. I hated that season. I really hated that season. I felt like, no, I must have done something wrong. I even questioned myself. Was it the right time? Was it the right time to get pregnant? Was it the right time without having? Did I need to save more? Should I go back to work like soonest possible? Because once you have financial dependent, you get to be dependent on someone financially, and you are not used to it. It becomes draining. So I remember when, no, as I've said, he was not financially okay. So he will leave money for the day, like 100 bob. That would cater for the day, or 200. When he got more, he would leave. He was not selfish. It's not that he was selfish, but there were days he had more, there were days he had less. So let's say he left 100 bob, and he says that's for supper, or that is to take care of the day. How would you budget 100 bob? So even it got to a point, it was hard even for me to say, I do not have even pads for the day, for my mom, for my monthly period. It is bad. But if you're going through that season, understand and assure yourself, affirm yourself that it is going to get better. It will get better. There are seasons where there is a lot of income, and there are seasons that there is less. But learn to embrace it. Work within your budget. Do not feel sad or do not feel frustrated. I know you will get frustrating. It gets frustrating, but don't get frustrated. Just accept it. Go take it a day at a time. But sometimes finances is really it's a hard one, right? Yeah. The other one, what number is it? Number 5, I think, or number 6. I think it's 6. Is if you feel you're not okay, speak up. If you feel you're not, as a mom, if you feel something is off, speak up before it's too late. So a short story. When I was a new mom, I had postpartum. I got to postpartum, and I realized it an year plus later that I was going through postpartum depression. I felt, and we'll talk about postpartum in another episode, but just briefly, I knew something was off. I felt drained. I felt overstimulated. I had so much mom rage. It was bad. It was bad. and I didn't know what was wrong, and I could not, there's this narrative, mostly I think it's from people who are born in the millennial era, that there was this thing that was always going around, that if you don't cook well, or if you don't act a certain way, your husband will take you back home. So that thing stuck with me, that I was so afraid of even telling my husband I was not okay. I was afraid that they'll take me back home. Where? How? Where take me back home? And even the home that I came from is not, they're not together, So where are you taking me home? I tried to hide it. I tried pretending. I tried being the perfect woman for my husband. I feel drained, but I still want to show up. Like, I want to look like everything is okay, because I don't want to be sent back home. That embarrassment for me is not going to happen. I'm not going to take chances. And it took a lot of me. It drained me mentally, completely. Like, I was just an autopilot. Like, I was operating autopilot, if that makes sense. Yani, I hope you understand. I didn't feel anything. It got to a point I was not feeling anything, until it got worse and worse, and I got suicidal, and it was bad. And I really wish I knew. And I knew it was postpartum from a TV. We were watching a documentary, and it was postpartum depression. The things that she's saying, she was trying to say some of the symptoms I had all. So I was like, so this is what I was going through. And why did I not say it? And I shared it with my husband. And, and for the first time, I thought, as I was sharing it with him, I thought, now, after I'm done with this talk, or after we are done, the next morning, because I remember it was at night, the next morning, he'll just tell me, let's go visit your mom, kidogo, and I'm left there. That was me. I knew that. But the way he approached that discussion was very, very, very beautiful. He did not take me back home. In fact, he asked me, why did I not speak sooner? He felt so much guilt that I wanted to end, yet he did not see the signs. We had a very deep conversation, and I really, up to today, I appreciate it. So you might be somewhere and you're feeling drained, you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, you have so much rage, mostly, or very much, you're irritated to a point that you want to close your child in another room and let them just stay there. You don't want anything to do with them. If you start seeing such symptoms, please speak up. Please talk about it. Please tell a friend, and a reasonable and a friend that will relate to what you're going through. Please. I tried telling someone what I'm going through, and her response, or how she tried to tell me, was, it was my fault. It's all in the mind. So please get somebody that you'll talk to, or even try and talk to a mom or somebody who's gone through it, and share with them. But just don't tell anyone, because it might turn out that they are not helping you, but making things worse for you. Okay? The next one is another lesson I learned, that marriage changes with a child, and you need to work on it. Really, really work on it. Work on it. Marriage is beautiful, but it's a lot of work, especially when you introduce, there's a new member in the family, like a child, because sometimes it changes from being husband and wife, and your focus is only on this child, and you're taking care of this child as a mom. You are raising this child. Your husband is going. Now there's a new addition, a new member to the family. Now he needs to work extra hard, and you tend to forget, before your child, you were. Before they came, you were. So invest time with your partner. Invest, have those date nights. Go on those walks. I certainly love walking, taking a walk with my husband. even just going to the groceries, go even wherever within your budget, even if it's going to a kibanda and just taking soup and talking for like, and just having conversations outside being a mom and dad, outside being also did the baby sleep today, or so what has baby done today, and the conversation changes to, so how are you as my husband, or how are you as my wife? It's very meaningful. So invest. You thought that you needed to invest while dating or while you're married. Now when a child is in the picture, you need to invest more, because sometimes if you don't, not sometimes, most of the time if you don't, people tend to go their way, and now you don't even know whom you're living with. It's like you having a roommate in your home. So work on your marriage. It changes. It's a good change, but you need to invest in your marriage a lot. I assure you, you need to work extra hard so that your marriage does not end, so that your marriage does not lose the intimacy. Not, you being intimate with your partner, not sexually, but being intimate, like you're still, there's still cords of love around you, right? So yeah, I think those are 7. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those are 7. Lastly, I just want to tell a mom, you are doing a good job, and you're the best mom your child can ever have. That is something I walk, I talk, I breathe, I keep on telling myself each and every day. I'm the best version of myself, and the best that my children will ever have. I even tell all my friends, I encourage them, because listen, as we've said here time and time again, unscripted mom, there's no script in motherhood. In as much as even you read so many books, or you're advised by your friends, or you tend to pick 1 or 2 from a mom friend of yours before. As soon as you're a mom, you just learn on the job. Motherhood is just learning on the job. You learn what your child wants, what your child hates, what happens to you emotionally, mentally, physically. You're just learning, and so there's no manual for that. So even if you feel like you failed in a certain area, imagine you've not. You can do better, but you've not failed. You can do better, but you've not failed, and you're the best mom your child will ever have, and you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you're doing the best within your capability. Whether you're a working mom, whether you're a working mom is from 8 to 5, that you get few hours with your child. Whether you are a businesswoman, and yes, you have the privilege of having extra hours with your baby. Whether, I don't know, whichever area you are in, you are doing the best you can. You're doing the best, and that's all that your child needs. You can do better, but even what you're doing right now is important, and it's valuable. So with those very, very few remarks, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you've learned something about something or two. And if it's something that you resonate with, maybe you can share with your friends, share with the mom, share, like, comment, even give me more examples in the comment section. Some that you think that I've forgotten, but those are my 7 lessons that I've learned in the course of the year, or in the course of my 7 years as a mom. And yeah, I hope to hear from you, and thank you so much for your interaction in the previous episode. I'll see you on the next one.